Get your tickets today at thecognizantclassic.com.
There's no other way to describe this Matthew TKACHUK run other than generational.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is Theoretically Speaking. It is a Motion Monday. It is February the 23rd. The NFL Combine officially getting underway out in Indianapolis, Indiana. We are officially beginning our motion-packed week here. Our only day in the studios here in downtown West Palm Beach. The Evan Cohen studios will be today. The rest of the week, we are out on the road with you. So we hope you'll join us as we'll talk about the locations we'll be bringing the show to throughout this week. And also, of course, this wonderful weekend was motion-packed for myself and for the Catman C-Katt. I spent the weekend in New Orleans celebrating my auntie Bev, her 70th birthday party. It was immaculate. The city is where most of my family is from, so it was great kicking it in the Big Easy, stuffing my face with food, and enjoying the great vibes that do come from NOLA, especially the weekend after Mardi Gras, because when we were trying to line this thing up for the big birthday celebration, we realized that the first weekend we had it scheduled on was in the midst of Mardi Gras, and it would have been an absolute terror trying to do anything during that time. So good times, good vibes. And C-Katt on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, you were in motion as well this weekend.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Shy.
It's always hell getting back, man. I always find issues with an airline who cancels my 5 a.m. flight. I have to scramble to get one of the last seats on the 7 a.m. flight, and then I was welcomed to beautiful Fort Lauderdale Airport with a dead car battery and just pain and anguish, and I'm always freaking out about the clock. It's wired into radio people to be fearful of Father Time, so every second passing by, trying to diagnose the issue, trying to fix it myself, I know negative knowledge about cars. So I dropped $125 for someone to come give me a jump start at the garage. And I made it here in time, though.
It sucks that you had to pay for somebody to come and jump your car. What also, I will be honest with you, because you were parked in one of the Fort Lauderdale parking garage spots. So the toughest part about that is, in most cases, like, somebody is willing to jump you in a parking lot. Never would that be the case at an airport parking lot. If there's anything that I know about,
I'm usually afraid of getting jumped in parking lots.
Well,
You're talking about jump the car.
Jump in the car. The issue is that is the unfriendliest, most untimely place to get your car stalled out, because people are either parking and rushing to their flight, or they're coming back from a long journey, and the last thing they want to do is a good deed for a neighbor.
Well, someone offered the possibility of doing a good deed for a neighbor.
Right, because ironically, as I made my march back from the Big Easy and you made your trek back from the Windy City, we actually both landed around the same time. So if you had dropped the picture of your car stalled out in that parking garage, which I ironically also just so happened to park in over the weekend.
What floor?
The 5th floor.
Okay, so you were not in my same garage, because I was on the fourth
floor. Yeah,
was your parking spot covered or uncovered?
You know what it was? I came into the Palm. You were in the Palm.
I was in the Palm.
I came into the Palm garage. We went all the way up to the 4th. There was no parking spot, so I drove over to the next one, the Hibiscus garage, and parked on the 5th floor. So yes, technically different garages, but they're connected by one road.
Wow,
it's right there. So yeah, I was right across the way, because where we were searching for our parking spot was the Palm garage. But it was all packed out, probably because you got there before me on Friday. So I say that's to say, this would have been the one time you did have one friendly face that has also aligned goals with you, because we both have to rush up from Fort Lauderdale to get here in time. I could have given you a jump for free $99.
Yeah.
I would at least charge you $60 for it, though, since you paid $120. Would you have, like,
do you have cables in your car?
Yes.
I didn't. That's the problem I had.
Oh, you didn't even have
But even
cables,
if I had jumper cables, I don't know how to use them. So I would both have to ask someone, hey, do you have jumper cables? And could you do this for me?
Yeah, you can't do that as a grown man. That's tough.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to YouTube University later today and try to like figure that out because
It's actually pretty easy.
I
It's
know
scary, but it's easy.
It is easy. Like you need to know 3 things.
Yeah.
You need to know where to connect to your battery, where to connect it to their car, and the process of which to jumpstart the car. Because I didn't even need to charge the battery
Nope.
to start the car.
Need
Like
to
I
jump.
had a 45-minute drive up from Fort Lauderdale to West Palm, so that charged the battery like that. It sitting in a garage for 2.5 days was apparently too much to ask for my battery, who I'll have to stop and fix it on my way home tonight.
Well, you know, St. Lucie Battery and Tire as well can get you right. And I know Tina will be talking with us about that in the happy hour. Now, also, C-Katt, I will say, despite me knowing how to jump a car, I always rewatch a little 2-minute video on YouTube before doing so. I don't let my wife see me do this. I do it in the cloak of like me being like, let me just walk this off for a second. I'm so pissed. This situation has me just absolutely distraught. Let me just give me a second here. And then over my shoulder, I'm just re-looking at, okay, red, dead. Okay, and then when you put the black, okay, and the second one, you don't. Okay, not on the neutral. The one thing that always gets me is the last part of jumping a car is the neutral cable. There's a discrepancy. Some people say you put the neutral cable on the actual neutral part of the dead car's battery. Some people say you put the neutral cable on just a random bolt.
Metal, right?
Yeah, some piece of metal away from it. And there's, either works. And I don't want to be the idiot that tried the one thing that people found out actually, you know what? That's the wrong way now. That's the wrong way now. Yeah. Like one day we're going to get a clear conclusion on that, and I don't want to be on the wrong side of it. So I always brush up with a little YouTube video.
Didn't Ice Cube in Are We There Yet, like, shock himself in one comedic scene?
Probably. That's what traumatizes me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good movie, and he's a very good actor in that movie. But you were one person that could have given me a jump start if I did realize we were in the same place at the same time. An older gentleman wearing a Valspar Championship quarter zip walked past me with his presumable wife and or girlfriend in tow. And he saw me with my hood propped open. I was on the phone.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. Hood propped open. It's kind of like hey, I need help here. On the phone, trying to direct this guy who's like in Coral Springs, how to come get me and jump the car. I gave up and just Googled roadside assistance to get a jump start. I was so frustrated in the moment that I would just pay whatever it was to fix this problem immediately so I can get to work and get on with my week. And while I'm on the phone with this guy on speaker, directing him like, hey, it's the Palm Garage, long-term parking, top floor, but not the top floor. It's the other garage. He goes, hey, you need a jump? And I pause the guy who I'm paying to get there. I haven't paid him yet. He has not had my information apart from my phone number. So he drove 20 minutes to get here, but I have not seen him yet. I mute him on the phone, and I go turn to the attention to the guy who goes, hey, you need a jump. And I go, yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it's not starting. And he goes, well, I'll give you a jump if you can help me get to the port of Fort Lauderdale, the port in Miami, one of the cruises ports.
That's tough.
And I'm like, sorry, man. I don't know. Never been to a cruise. And
so he kind of wanted like an Uber ride for a jump.
I think
almost.
so.
Yeah.
I think so. And then he immediately said, all right, turned around and walked away.
Because what probably happened for him was he was about to go shuttle or Uber or something. He was parking at the airport parking garage. He was going to like figure out how to get to the port. He's like, I can help you. You can help me. You drop me off on your way out of here.
I probably should have taken the deal.
It
I probably should have
deal.
said yes and then asked questions later and just Google Maps whatever port he's going to.
He realized, too, once you started folding in that moment, he was like, all right, this guy can't help me.
I am as weak of a man you will have ever witnessed when I experience car trouble.
It's bad, man. It sucks.
I feel like I am 1 foot tall and I'm being stepped on by the demons of car trouble whenever I face the slightest bit of adversity on the roadways. Like I've faced a broken down car that destroyed my car once. Like my transmission blew up on me when I was driving home from college once. And I was on an emergency pull-off lane for 3 hours before I got help. Never felt worse in my life. I've gotten in one at-fault incident before where I wanted to make a U-turn. The person behind me wanted to pass me, went right into their BMW. I cried. Like I was like, tears were like bubbling up in my eyes while I was speaking to this old woman.
Oh, my God.
I cannot handle car trouble.
I had the weirdest experience last week here as I was driving down one of these back roads here in West Palm Beach.
We have back roads?
And not a main road.
Okay.
Not a main road. And there was a car behind me that, like, I felt my car shift. Like, I felt the contact happen. It was slight contact, but I felt the contact. Somebody rear-ended me. It was negligible. It was incidental. I'm sure I knew it didn't really necessarily leave a mark, but still I'm like kind of pissed off. And I'm like, well, we got to do something about this. So I like open my driver's side door and I'm looking at him like, what's up? Like, what we going to do? He's waving me off like, oh, no, I didn't hit you. he's like,
I know it's what it felt like.
I didn't hit you. And then the light turns green. I'm looking back at him. I'm like, dude, you definitely hit me. Like, so we're going to have to figure something out just in case you mess my stuff up. Like, this is an issue. But also, the other thing that was happening simultaneously was I was running late to something. So I'm like, do I really want to go through the motions with him? We're not going to get any resolution. It's not like I'm going to really hit his insurance up. Nothing is happening here. So what I did instead was I jumped into the oncoming traffic lane because it was a two-way. I let him pass me up. I took a video of him passing me up, so I got his license plate. So I got his license plate number in his car and make and model and everything just in case. And then I went to go pull to the side to go check my my bumper. C-Katt, the worst, my stomach dropped because after I jumped into oncoming traffic and then tried to make one of the most drunk-looking, confused moves in my life. So now I'm like, damn it, if I get a ticket, if I get pulled over and get a ticket a day or two after we just were talking about how you never get pulled over in South Florida because somebody rear-ended me and then tried to gaslight me out of it, I was going to be damn pissed. But the cop let me go.
Wow, it's like an episode of The Town, not an episode, like the scene in The Town when the guys are getting out of the van with their
He just lets it ride. But the cop let me go. Narrowly, I Winter Olympics. America is back on top. For the first time since 1980, the first time since and Team USA took down Team Canada in the gold medal round to win the men's ice hockey gold medal. C-Katt, this was a game that was, before we even got there, it was previewed. I remember multiple times throughout the Winter Olympics. It was almost like guys were talking about this match before it was even set and knocking on wood religiously, but it happened. It ended in a glorious fashion, and it ended with Team USA winning 2-1. And the first thing that crossed my mind was, oh, my goodness, Matthew Tkachuk, Florida Panthers, El Capitan, as you will say. Matthew Tkachuk is on a absolutely generational run when it comes to American hockey and men's hockey in general. 3 straight trips to the Stanley Cup final, 2 Stanley Cup championships, head-to-head with the greatest man in the sport, Connor McDavid, head-to-head with the nation of Canada and the Edmonton Oilers, and one of the best teams of this generation, the Florida Panthers, led by, in part, Matthew Tkachuk, and then Team USA doing what they did, the first American win against Team Canada in international play in, I want to say, about 15, 16 years. This dude, he's one of, you know how we always talk about like retire today Hall of Famer? This dude has that now. That's now part of his resume. He's done it all in hockey.
And he's doing it in the right sport where winning trumps all, where we're not going to get bogged down into, well, it was Marchand's championship last year. Well, of course, everyone else had the flashy stats and this and that, where hockey is so morale-based and leadership-based and
sport. Winning
trumps all. Exactly. It's all on that, the intangibles, where you kind of just trust the guys that are in the locker room and you trust the Paul Maurice, who he points to as a leader, as someone he can trust in that locker room, where you don't have to look at advanced metrics and say, well, wait a second, his plus minus is this.
Yeah.
Or he's batting 195 in the playoffs like you would a playoff baseball team. No, you trust that this guy who takes pride in his team, who takes pride in his country and in this country's team specifically, both in this gold medal winning Olympics and in last year's Four Nations face-off runner-up season. This guy just likes to win.
Yeah. He just seems to be on the right side of things. And he also is one of the more likable figures in hockey and in American sports. And he also has a name, Matthew Tkachuk, that does just ring a bell. That does just stick with people. He's I like to say, in sports, there's first team all vibes. Matthew Tkachuk fits that mold, and now he's also going to be one of those guys that we talk about throughout the annals of history when you do talk about hockey, especially in this generation. The Stanley Cup run for the Florida Panthers, I know it's a little shaky this year. It doesn't look as great. It ain't over with. We don't know what all Paul Maurice and that gang is going to be able to do. We don't know how far this dynasty is going to continue to pile on. But what we do know is I don't know if there's anything that Tkachuk can do in a Panthers uniform that will usurp the elation, the amount of prowess, and and also just overall the steam that will add to his legend based on what Team USA did over the weekend. And here it is, the winner in overtime by the call by Kenny Albert. How sweet a sound it is. The Americans back on top in hockey, and C-Katt, guess what? I know in the Four Nations Classic, I know in the Four Nations Face-Off, however we call it, I told you that I was pulling for Team Canada because my guy, Sid, the kid that did Crosby, was on the other side. He didn't suit up for the Canadians, so damn it, I was impartial. Happy for the Americans this time around.
You know what? He did suit up. I found it hilarious. He didn't play.
Right.
He suited up to protect himself in a potential dog pile if they did win gold. That's why he put pads on.
That's the reasoning behind it?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
When he was getting his sad little stuffed animal and his silver
God.
medal that apparently, according to the Canadian national hockey team social media team, where silver shines just as bright. That's how they put it.
That's what they said.
When the women's hockey team also lost to the United States.
What a sweep.
Well, I hope silver shines just as bright because they got to get used to that for 4 more years. Because that's how long that the United States men's and women's hockey teams will be known as gold medal, top of the line, podium havers. And it was pretty cool because it was Jack. We talk about the brothers with Matthew and Brady Tkachuk, who kind of became mainstream folk heroes in that Four Nations face-off when they were getting in the fights time and time again, game and game again. Well, Jack and Quinn Hughes both scored game-winning goals in this elimination. That's unbelievable.
What's up with all the brothers in hockey, by the way?
I don't know.
Is it
and
not?
You know what? That phrase you just said, that's both true and false.
Lack
thereof, and too many.
Too many brothers in hockey, not enough brothers. But no, what's up with all the and you'll see the last names. And you'll think it, but in other sport, there's no other sport that is like hockey in which there are so many siblings playing simultaneously. So many. It makes me wonder, is the gate to entry to be a great hockey player easier, or is it more defined by your actual, genetics,
I don't – maybe it's more of a family sport where you're all in on hockey and you don't play multiple sports, whereas – football, basketball, baseball, I feel like those 3 sports are more aligning, at least in the 90s and the 2000s when you grow up. It's more beneficial to play multiple sports, whereas nowadays it's specialization age.
So, yes, but also I think that, and again, this is not me taking a knock at hockey. I always get in trouble when I open my mouth and say things like this. You don't have to be a genetic freak to make the NHL. You kind of have to be an alien to make the NBA. You kind of have to have these certain benchmarks to make the National Football League because athleticism in a different way is a huge separator. We'll watch guys dominate in college football, and this is the week in the NFL in Indianapolis where a guy who has all of the best stats who looks like the best player on the field every time he stepped out there on Saturdays, won't even get drafted to play on Sundays because he didn't hit certain athletic measurables. I wonder if in hockey, and I'm saying this again ignorantly, I wonder if in hockey it's just like if you've been playing since you were 3 years old and you also end up being really good, you have a really good chance of making it to the big show. You know?
Yeah. So those brothers, the Tkachuks, the Hughes, and like the really hard touching where there wasn't a dry eye watching their TV was in the celebration of life for the Gaudreau brothers, where one of them is on the USA men's hockey team. Unfortunately and tragically, both passed away in the same traffic incident where you saw Matthew Tkachuk holding the children of one of the Gaudreau brothers on the ice after winning gold.
Yeah.
You're right in terms of, well, if you get your mom's genes, who is 5 foot whatever, and not your dad's genes, who was 6'11" and played in the NBA, well, you're just some out of luck. Like, I'm sorry, you just can't be a starting basketball player for a college team, let alone a professional basketball team. Where hockey, as long as you have the determination, hard work, anybody can be a hockey player just like anybody can be a baseball player.
Right. And again, it comes down to how much you put into it. It's like you get out what you put in. And again, there are certain things, I'm sure, that make some people more special than others, but it does feel like, especially when you go and you meet professional hockey players, it's like, okay, like, size those dudes up, you're like, you're a lot smaller than I thought you'd be. Really tough. Lot more normal looking than I would thought.
I think you can hard work and practice your way into being a professional hockey player.
Hell yeah.
I think you do it to be born with a specific gene in order to be the elite of the elite.
And this is no offense to the hockey players out. We know hockey is growing in South Florida. We know that hockey, especially based on what the Panthers have done, is one of the hotter sports out here. No pun intended, because it's really cold in there. But on Thursday, actually at Amerant Bank Arena, the Florida Panthers are going to be honoring all of their medalists because you got Finnish players, American players, and Canadians who all medaled over the weekend. I think also Paul Maurice in some way was with Team USA or something, so he might be also honored in some way. But again, it is huge what the Panthers have done and what the Americans did over the weekend. I do think that maybe this should be even more inspiring to kids out there. It's like, hey, you could do it.
Yeah.
You could do it. You and your brother.
I don't think you're taking the right approach and being cautious in offending the hockey crowd, because I think it's because anyone can do it, makes it harder to do it in terms of becoming a professional hockey player.
You got to really put that work in.
You can't just be born 6'4" and you got to take a couple of steps here or there, bang, you're automatically going to be looked at as a college prospect. And if you develop your footwork, right? And then it'll work out.
Yeah, I was about to say, in the NFL, I will say, like, the amount of dudes that just be coming in off the streets of other sports and just balling in the league, like the fact that Antonio Gates is a pro football Hall of Famer after not playing any college football, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're 6'4", 250, and can run a 4.4, you can make it to the NFL. They'll figure out something to do with you. One of those 11 spots on the field, they'll put you in there and they'll make it shake.
Exactly. But in terms of hockey, you just have to prepare yourself and practice better than the next guy and outwork the next guy.
Yeah.
Which, what is it? Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yeah.
You have a league and a sport full of a culture built on hard work. And the guys that make it the furthest are the ones that work the hardest, it seems like.
Hard work and bad teeth. Every interview I saw over the weekend, I'm like, damn, can we get any of that stuff hemmed up? You got a lot of money. Can we get any of that? Is it like a mark of pride? Like,
it certainly is. I mean,
are they chiseling out their teeth on their own?
Losing teeth in hockey is like cauliflower ear in professional fighting.
Yeah.
In combat sports.
Apparently.
Like these guys, like you saw Sean Strickland fight on Saturday night in the main event of whatever card that was in the UFC, and this guy's got elephant ears. And they like it because it shows that they are putting in the work, getting beat up, but delivering more ass whoopings.
I know.
And hockey players, it just shows that they are, tough.
Right. I was about to say they're getting their ass whooped a lot. A lot of hockey sticks to the jaw.
Yeah, but I mean, taking a high stick is a badge of honor because it means you got either a 2-minute or a 4-minute penalty, which the USA didn't really cash in on in that third period.
And when the Canadians had that 5-on-3, I believe in the second period, and I was just like, what's the name of the goalie? The American goalie?
Hellbuck.
That dude, hell of a job. Hellbuck, hell of a job. Which NHL franchise this guy belong to? Do we know?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. Because damn it, he's an American. He's Team USA. We'll find out which franchise this guy belongs to, And I'm sure Bob can use a backup is all I'm going to say. Man, the Americans winning hockey. The Americans dominating, sweeping the hockey in the Winter Olympics. For you, biggest moment in American sports since when? 888-760-3776. The clean sweep in Milan on the ice for the Americans. Biggest American sports moment since when?
Wow.
A lot of people dated back to 1980. A lot of people dated back to the Miracle on Ice. But maybe there's something since then that shocked and rocked the nation in a great way. 888-760-3776. What you wowing about?
Connor Hellebuck, American folk hero as he is.
Yeah.
The save that was heard around the world, plays for the Winnipeg Jets. But he's from Michigan. So, he's American, and he plays for one of the franchises that's not in America. But that's okay.
Canada has been battered and abused and beaten by America. This has to feel like hell. On all of the biggest stages, all they got is the Four Nations face-off. That's all they got over us. But and then they got the 4x1 in the Summer Olympics a couple years ago.
We were hyping up that tournament when it happened last year.
Yeah.
Now that USA lost that and they won this.
Oh, yeah.
We can say they won the NBA Cup.
Yep, they won the NBA Cup. Yep.
They won the mid-season tournament.
Yeah, that's cute.
And we won the grandest prize in that sport.
That's cute. And don't let the Americans go get that one as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that be the thing that happens, because then it's really going to get down. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Matthew Tkachuk on a generational run. And the biggest American sports moment since when? Let us know on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Welcome to Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So welcome to being treated like a pro. Get back in the game. Get back in the action. Do not let the aches, the sores, the pain, any of that detract from your motion. It is a Motion Monday, and Baptist Health Orthopedic Care wants to get you back in motion. We're at baptisthealth.net/ortho. It's baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on this Motion Monday. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep or so, and that's if you include the sleep I got on the plane ride from the Big Easy down here. But we are ripping and rolling here on Theoretically Speaking. And again, we're going to be on the road all week. So catch us in the studio while you can.
I don't know what feels better when you're rooting for a hockey team, a improbable save or a game-winning goal. Because I always feel about this, the threat of losing and not losing, like just being saved and being revived, might feel better than winning. Does that feel right? When you see Canada with an open net and all that's left is the maybe a 2-inch in diameter stick of Hellebuck in the way between death and life.
That was crazy.
And he makes that stick save. That feeling is euphoric. It's a new lease on life compared to, okay, we better score. Wait a second, Jack Hughes has an open net here or has a great pass right in front. Oh, that's kind of relief rather than joy.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there?
I don't know if you're necessarily wrong. There are two different feelings in the real. It comes down. It's almost like a psychology experiment. Based on the kind of person you are, probably determines which one of those two feelings means more to you. If you're an always heavily cautious, anxious person, if you're nervous about the negatives that can happen, the save is more euphoric. If you are more of an eternal optimist, you believe yada yada yada, I'm sure the goal feels better. But both of them come with a sigh of relief. Only one of them comes with the ending of a game. Because I do wonder if that's the difference, though. In hockey, you're not going to get that. In football, think about the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl, the Malcolm Butler interception. That was you preventing loss, but it also sealed the win. That had to feel crazy for Pats fans.
That's true. It's not just you're still alive. It's wait a second, the result is completely flipped in one instant.
Yes.
And in 3-on-3 overtime hockey, it feels like when you don't have the puck, you're preparing for the worst. With how these things work and with how quickly, in the intermission between the third period and overtime, they were talking about this game's going to be over in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of overtime, that's when you'll see the deciding factor of who will win gold. But listen to what it sounded like on NBC at approximately, let's see, Eastern time. It was around 11 o'clock around there. So that's Connor McDavid on a breakaway, one-on-one, and Hellebuck just stifles him. That wasn't even the stick save. That was another one of the examples of it feels like, wait.
A couple of times, and Hellebuck, I don't know who ended up getting man of the match, MVP, whatever you want to call it. Hellebuck likely should be that guy. That dude's there, like literally saved the day. The Department of Defense, Hellebuck for the Americans.
Wasn't Tim Howard who got that nickname?
Was that? Yes, I think so.
The American soccer goalie. Yeah. Yes,
it's easy. Yeah.
For both those sports, having the best goalie, like I'm a very casual fan in both hockey and soccer.
Yeah.
More so in soccer, where I just jump in for U.S. men's national team stuff. But having the best goalie
having the best goalie, if you go cross sport comparison, what do you liken it to? I liken it to the better starting pitcher. I liken it to goalie, and we let's do that on the other side. Let's save that for the other side so we can give a real well cultivated take here on that. But that is what it felt like. The Americans had the best goalie, despite the Canadians having the best skill player on the ice in McDavid. But they didn't have Sid the Kid. They didn't have Sid the Kid that did Crosby, and that's probably what hurt him. That's his final Olympic run too. Goes out on the whimper because he was hurt. That sucks. I will say what doesn't suck is enjoying a game or games plural with the pals at a Duffy Sports Grill. Duffy'sMVP.com. Duffy'sMVP.com. Go online right now, find your nearest Duffy's, and make it a part of your plans. They've got the award-winning burgers. They've got the jumbo wings now tossed in 17 different flavors. 17 different flavors. You had to go back 17 years for the last time the Americans beat the Canadians in an international play with the best players playing. And 17 different flavors is what you can find with the wings at Duffy Sports Grill. There's also 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. You don't have to check your watch. You don't have to figure out, what time? No. 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day at your nearest Duffy Sports Grill. And I hope y'all enjoyed those $2.22 margaritas we had over the weekend. I hope you got to tap in on that. Duffy'sMVP.com. Go online right now and check out the menu and find your nearest location. Also, while you're there, start tracking your rewards today. Duffy'sMVP.com. Track your rewards. Become an MVP for me. At Duffy's, our game is always on. More Theoretically Speaking on Emotion Monday on the other side. That is C-Katt. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
The 2 p.m. hour is presented by the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. Teeing off February 25th at PGA National. Get your tickets today at thecognizantclassic.com.
Hey, ref, timeout, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With a free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man!
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
The best athletes in the world will compete for the gold, but here in South Florida, you can get the gold. Plan, that is, from EDS Air Conditioning. EDS is yes. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. With the EDS Gold Plan, you get numerous benefits, including 2 yearly tune-ups to keep your AC unit world class. Make your family and your nation proud with the Gold Plan from EDS Air Conditioning. EDS is yes. EDSAirconditioning.com.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Brent Lessie, partner and tax leader of Anshin's Consumer Products Group.
Did you know the One Big Beautiful Bill Act has created unprecedented opportunities for founders? The $10 million exclusion has increased to $15 million, and the 5-year holding period is no longer an all-or-nothing hurdle. Founders now have the flexibility to raise capital and align their tax-free treatment over 3, 4, or 5 years. These changes include the higher asset ceiling and allow founders and investors to scale aggressively while capitalizing on this tax advantage. Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, prioritizes understanding founders' unique circumstances to achieve their goals. If you're a founder that doesn't want to leave money on the table, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Experience the world's premier equestrian event right here in Wellington, Florida. The Winter Equestrian Festival brings together Olympic and world champion riders and horses from all around the globe for 13 weeks of elite international competition and unforgettable moments. Don't miss the iconic Saturday Night Lights, high-energy show jumping, incredible atmosphere, and excitement under the lights. Now through March at Wellington International. Visit WellingtonInternational.com for more information. Wellington International, where champions are made.
Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
On my way up here, man, I actually stopped by a little breakfast spot in Delray Beach. Heading up here quickly. Get a little coffee and a little grub.
What do they serve there?
They serve breakfast and coffee. I don't know.
Okay.
They serve all of it. It's a breakfast spot.
If it was a specific spot.
It's not a bagel spot or anything.
Okay.
That's what you were thinking?
That was my plan, if not for my flight cancellation
that's tough.
And dead car battery and painful start to my week.
Yeah.
So if you got that
Dang,
location,
so mad.
I might have walked out of the studio right now.
No, but this is a very popular spot. I had heard about it a bunch, and I was like, you know what? On the way up, I saw it was kind of close, and I was like, let me try it out. So went there to pull up, parked the whip, walking into the restaurant with the wife, and we noticed there's this young black lady sitting outside on one of the tables. I'm like, look familiar. Look, did the triple take. I was like, David, that's Coco Gauff.
No way.
That's Coco Gauff right
What?
there kicking it. She's such an every woman, just chilling, vibing, especially in her hometown. But that was random as hell. So the worst thing happens after that then is we walk in, my wife is like, oh, I'm sure she remembers you. I'm sure she probably recognizes. We got to go say what's up. I'm like, God. That puts me in the worst spot.
Absolutely.
That puts me in the absolute worst spot because now I'm in a position where I have to go and say what's up, and she's inevitably not going to remember me from the 3 or 4 times I've interviewed her or covered events with her and the fam. If it was somebody from her fam, they likely would, but not her particularly. She does this stuff all the time. She's always traveling the world. She has tennis to worry about and compete with. So inevitably, I did have to swing by there with the wife and say what's up. And of course, she did not. Or even if she did, she didn't make notice of it. But we were just like, yeah, big shout, man. Keep doing it.
Okay, so what was your first line?
It wasn't a first line. It was more so I didn't like go and sit down and talk with her. I just was like, yo, Coco, man, good seeing you. Keep it up, man. We're proud of you.
Okay, so you might as well have been anybody.
It was just showing love. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't make sure that you established that you had a prior connection with her.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm just not that kind of guy. Plus, it was as we were walking out of the breakfast establishment, and she still was sitting down. Wasn't eating at that point, but she still was sitting down. So I didn't want to be the guy bothering you at the table. Also, you never want to cause a stir, and you don't want to be the one to open up the floodgates. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, she's super cool, super down to earth. And again, when I tell people how much she means to this area, to Palm Beach County specifically, it's like when she got her signature shoe, when she had an opportunity to do anything she wanted creatively with the New Balance team and she got her signature shoe, she named them the Delray Beach Ones. Like, and then brought a New Balance community event to her hometown at the very park in which she kind of came up at. So when you talk about a hometown hero type figure, when you talk about somebody who deserves the celebration and the honor, and then also somebody who's competing at the top of the world in their sport, Coco is the perfect example. And she also cares so much about her city and her people and whatnot. So big shout to her and her family. It's because she comes from good roots. But that was pretty interesting. The food also was really good. It lived up to the bill.
Nice.
Shout out Delray Beach. Got some good eats.
I thought it was going to be one of those, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Theo. Like, we did that awesome thing.
See, but that puts her in a tough spot.
Where she has to go,
she has to fake like she remembers. Yeah. You never want to.
You never put that on her. Very, very.
Don't do it.
That's a veteran move by you.
That is a vet move. Because in a much more novice way, it has happened to me where I've been in a situation where somebody, and it's happened to you, I'm sure as well, where somebody said like, hey, like we did and you remember, and you're like,
oh, so you were Coco in a lot of those situations.
Not in a lot of those situations. It has happened before. I'm not that, I would never compare myself to,
Theo, we go on a remote often, and this happens often. Where people are like, yo! And
you remember, you're from the thing.
And you got to pretend, and you do not.
Don't miss a step there.
Exactly. You don't admit that you don't remember them. You go for a while. you let them, you try to figure it out for a couple of sentences and context clues. You're a pretty smart individual, so you try to connect the dots without admitting to them that you don't recognize or remember that person, because you try to pick it up along the way.
I got a lot of reps at my alma mater, Hampton University, because it was a school that was big enough for you to for your memory to fade and forget some faces and names, but also intimate enough to where you everybody knows everybody. So especially during homecoming and whatnot, when you go back, it's like if you don't fake the funk, then now we're having to have 18 different conversations about, and then now it's awkward. Yeah. Now we can't even have the proper interaction. Let's just keep it pushing.
Do you like the "we've met before" line? Like when one person acts like they're introducing themselves to you.
That's the way to do it.
You immediately drop the wall down, like, no, we're not meeting for the first time. We met at so and so.
Oh, no. So no, you don't do that. What you do is so like for instance, if it was a situation like Coco, or let's say I'm trying to think of somebody else who I've had run-ins with, who also I know meets a lot of people and does this for a lot. Let's just use Coco for example.
How about Mark Ingram?
Mark Ingram, there we go. Perfect example.
Mark Ingram lives in the area, very famous name both in the college and NFL field, and very personal, also does media.
And I would say if I ran into Mark Ingram and it was more of an appropriate situation to have a 30-second conversation and not a 5-second interaction, I'd be like, yo, Mark, bro, like Theo from ESPN West Palm. We did you hopped on our show at the James Hardy.
In the hello, you provide all the context. You don't say hello and then wait for his response and then go.
And then give him the opportunity to remember it as well. So I did the same thing. Perfect example, Fiesta Bowl, following the game, Miami beats Ole Miss. All the Miami legends are in the stadium on the field, and I see Andre Johnson standing there.
Yep.
And Andre Johnson, I've had a couple of run-ins with both in Houston back before I was with ESPN West Palm, but then also when we went and covered the charity event up at the Floridian. So when I walked up to Andre, I saw Dre, he looked at me. I could tell he kind of thought I was a little familiar, but I knew he didn't remember. So I walked up to him like, yo, Dre, Theo, man, with ESPN West Palm. Like, we chopped it at the charity event, the golf event with Mr. October. He's like, oh, yeah. Even if he didn't remember it, at least I gave him some context, and then we can just do the interview.
You gave him proof that you and him have spoken before.
Right, but I didn't want to make it awkward for him. When you leave it open-ended, like, remember me? That's the worst way. That's the worst thing you could do to somebody. Yo, Dre, remember me? It's Theo.
A genuine remember me is, it's a tough move.
That's where's my hug. That's where's my hug in a different form, in a different jacket. Remember me?
All right, so
no, sir.
Theo's laying down the law for all fans. We're going to be on the road at Roger Dean. Please. We're going to be on the road at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. Don't hit Theo with remember me if you've spoken with Theo before. Mr. Elite over here, Mr. Content Teammate of the Year award winner.
C-Katt, you're the one at the South Florida Fair that had a kid begging for pictures with you, and you were nonchalantly like, all right, here, kid. You can kick it with the cat.
I was like Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
I took the shirt off my back, said catch. And then I'm just a shirtless 27-year-old man at the South Florida Fair.
Hey, man, you could have raced with the pigs. With a ham bone.
Yeah, that was pretty surreal. Gotta be honest. Cool. Having someone, It
didn't happen to you a lot in Oklahoma?
We'll talk and turn the break when it did happen to me, and it was not as storybook of an interaction.
Right. Sometimes those things can get a little awkward. But no, so those are the ways. And again, if you similarly, so there's much more important people than me here in Palm Beach County in the Treasure Coast walking the streets. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to have a chance to most likely meet for the 18th time another legend of South Florida, Tiger Woods. For a specific event. I don't know whether or not, but I assume he will be in the same arena that I'll be in covering something. And if we get the interview, that's how you'll lead into it.
Okay.
We've talked at TGL a bunch, man.
You've got, are you going to get, questions out of Tiger? Because there's important stuff going on.
I doubt it.
Yeah?
I doubt it. I doubt he talks. But we'll see. If I do, we'll talk about it tomorrow on Theoretically Speaking.
All right,
we'll give an update.
Exclusive with Tiger Woods.
One legend a day this week. So we got Coco Gauff today, Tiger Woods tomorrow. What is the world gonna offer us on Theoretically Speaking on Wednesday?
Wednesday, Roger Dean
Chevrolet Stadium.
Okay. Do you know the game? Who's playing that day?
I do not.
Okay.
I assume it's going to be one of the Marlins or the Cardinals.
Maybe we get Rick Ankiel.
Rick Ankiel will be a great get for us. We should get him on there too.
I think so.
We should get him on there too.
Okay, and then we got the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches.
That's gonna be.
We're gonna grab a legend there.
We'll grab Jack Nicklaus maybe.
Maybe Jack.
Maybe
we get Brooks walking from the 10th green to the 11th tee, and we interrupt it. Hey, Brooks, you mind waiting up for a sec?
Quick.
They're teeing off in front of you. You're going to have to wait 15 minutes either way. Could we interrupt your flow state?
Yes.
And just give us conversations about Cardinal Newman High School?
He's played this course a million times. Also, Brooks, we're in a break right now, so just hang with us for 2 minutes, and then we'll get and then you start the segment with a read.
Exactly. Exactly.
That would be great.
That would be so awesome.
Actually, that's kind of what I want to have in it.
We can only do that once before we get in trouble for it.
Right.
But we would be remiss if we never tried to get a golfer on air in the middle of his round.
That is great stuff right there.
Tom Kim would do it.
I was about to say, who's the most likely golfer that would
take a break from their round? They do this stuff with TV, but it's while they're walking up the fairway or from green to tee box. Where
it's possible. You need an Anthony Edwards-esque golfer. Man of the people, very personable, overly confident, so they don't think this is going to break their focus.
I think we might be able to get Luke Clanton. I think a young guy might be the move.
It's got to be a young guy.
Yeah.
It's got to be a young guy.
A young guy might make it happen.
Golfers take themselves too seriously too often. So, I get.
You do got to mentally lock in. Tiger was talking about it on the broadcast, how he owes it to the world to never give up on a round. How if he can't focus for 4.5 hours, 4 days in a week, then he should not be in the position that he's in. So these guys are in a different mood and a different zone where you might do a Theo hey, what's up? To a golfer that's walking from a green to a tee box, and he won't even recognize that you're a human being that exists.
Never has.
Because his sole focus is on what just happened and preparing for his tee shot in the next hole. I think it's harder said or easier said than done.
I think it is the sport that takes the most focus.
Yeah.
You can wing it. You can wing it in bad. Oh my goodness, you can wing it.
Oh my gosh,
you can wing it. In football, too.
KD talking trash to fans that are sitting front row. Baseball.
Some guys are more loose. They play better when they're just out there in flow state, just winging it.
We heard that Nick Castellanos, who played for the Phillies, who recently got released, and I think he signed with the Padres, when he was playing a game against the Marlins at Lone Depot, he got taken out for a defensive substitution, and he went into the dugout with a beer.
That's tough.
He told all about that when he did walk away from the Phillies when that happened. Baseball, it goes without saying, you can lapse in focus and be totally fine.
Clearly.
Football, what do you think?
But Lawrence Taylor made the Hall of Fame on crack. He made the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We consider Lawrence Taylor the single greatest defender in the history of football. Many people do. And he is open about playing multiple football games whilst high. I think you can be a little lax in football. I think you could do it.
Hockey. There's line shifts. I feel like I'd always forget what my line is and when I'm supposed to get on the ice. If someone's talking to me, talking trash, you get into a fight like you saw, I think, at a Flyers game where you're fighting over the glass with fans that are heckling you.
Yeah, but it doesn't take the amount of mental fortitude that – now, you know what? Goalie in hockey. You got to be locked in at all times.
Yeah.
You got to be locked in at all times because it's one of the easy – like if you have ADD, you probably are not allowed to play goalie. Like right now, the NFL Combine is going on in Indianapolis. And there's a lot of weird ways in which teams weed out whether or not they will draft a guy. Like his arms are too short, his hands are too small, his 3-cone shuttle is too slow, or maybe you didn't pass that. What's the test that the QBs we always get the scores back from? Some kind of IQ test. Yeah.
It ends with ELIC.
Lick. Wonderlick.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't pass the Wonderlick test or your interview goes poorly. Remember Shedeur Sanders? We had all of the commentary about how he handled the meetings. In hockey, if you are a goalie, it is probably a prerequisite you cannot have ADD.
Right. You probably are good at that. Like, you know that there's like a ring, right? And it's over your head and it has these things to catch.
Yes.
And
the reaction. Yeah, the reaction.
I would assume you got to be really good at that, too.
Got to be great at that.
And that's focus. That's kind of hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination, reaction time, and focus, for sure. So those are the things. But again, if you have attention deficit disorder and you are aloof in that net while things are happening on the other side, you can get got. Matter of fact, you will get got.
So we kind of covered a lot during the segment of Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3, and all of it is my fault. So I want to apologize to you, Theo Dorsey. I want to apologize to our audience. But the moral of the story is this week from 2 to 4 p.m., you will see
a lot of motion.
The most star-studded guest rotation you have ever seen in the history of 2 to 4 ESPN West Palm Radio.
It's a lot of motion. That's what I should have asked Coco Gauff. Hey, you free in a couple hours? We'll sit down.
I think she would. Well, what do we have? What is it going to do for her?
Nothing.
But if it was ESPN ESPN Delray Beach, maybe.
Well, you know what? We are the home of sports in Delray Beach too, though.
We are.
It would have to be very convenient for her. Like if she was at the coffee shop next to our station, then she would likely do it. She's that kind of person. She wasn't going to drive from Delray to West Palm to do it.
Yeah, that's so much to ask.
I would. It is. It's changing your day.
Here.
It's changing the course of your day, though. It's changing the course of your day. You want to change the course of your life? You want to change the course of your home?
Uh-huh.
How about you change your air conditioning and plumbing provider? Switch over to EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Because Florida Heat shows up every day. Make sure your home does as well. 0% interest financing for 60 months to qualified customers right now. EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. When your AC taps out, you need a quick sub. You can get that same day hot water heater replacement. That is the absolute word. Your hot water heater goes out, and now it's just cold showers, not by choice. You're not guy who's super locked in, cold shower in the morning because you fear nothing and you welcome, any kind of adversity. No, you're cold shower because your hot water heater is toast. Well, EDS can help you. Same day hot water heater at EDSisyes.com. Tap in with the good people. They can handle you. They will hold you down. 20 years of excellence, 20 years of servicing this area. EDSisyes.com. On the other side, back to the sports. It is a Motion Monday, and we are getting things off and running here on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Yair Holtzman, partner and leader of Anshin's Research and Development Tax Credits Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act restored full expensing of domestic research and development expenditures, allowing businesses to deduct qualifying costs immediately or choose among different tax treatments. Beginning with tax years after December 31st, 2024, special elections for small businesses can be applied retroactively. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help businesses develop a proactive tax plan, identify qualified activities and expenses, and optimize cash flow and tax benefits. If your business is investing in U.S.-based R&D and looking to maximize incentives while remaining compliant with tax law, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Did you know that ESPN 1063 is now made with 30% more electrolytes? Electrolytes? Isn't that great? It's what plants crave. Electrolytes. ESPN 1063 is really good for you.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Great Monday to you as well in the YouTube chat. Devontae at ESPN South Florida on YouTube. Tap in with the good people. Also, you can always call into the show to join in on the conversation on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. It is theoretically speaking, it is a motion Monday, and we are off and rolling here on a week that is, again, going to be packed with it. It is February 23rd. Every other day this week, we are out on location at a place not unknown, because I'll tell you right now, Tuesday is TGL, Tomorrow's Golf League. That is going to be a great time. That is going to be ahead of is it going to be double headers on Tuesday?
Yeah, we've got a pair of double headers in back-to-back days. Today, 5 and 9, and tomorrow, 5 and 9.
Oh, it must be some kind of golf event in Palm Beach County. Must be some kind of golf event that has everybody out here already, so they're getting everybody in.
Well, do you know something I don't know?
Well, the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches is going to be our location for Thursday and Friday. We will be there right outside of just off the 11th tee until the players playing the course, politely ask the volunteers to kick us off. We will be yapping from 2 to 4. Russo and Rizzo right after us, right at the 11th tee of the Cognizant Classic. So that is our destination for Thursday and Friday if you want to catch us. And then on Wednesday, we're at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for spring training in Jupiter. It's good times. Good times.
I'm excited for the Cognizant Classic on the Palm Beaches.
Yeah.
Field is loaded as all hell. We're going to see Brooks Koepka back in that tournament since he defected to the other league, and he's going to be back on the PGA Tour. I'm excited for that.
Is that what we have to call it, the other league?
I don't think so. I just was being polite.
Be nice. I like it. Well, the other league is not in town this week. The PGA Tour is. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches is back at PGA National Resort and Spa. So the PGA Tour is on and cracking right in our backyard. It's a can't-miss week. 2 kids get in free with every ticketed adult. So it is a family-friendly event. And for the first time, the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beach is going to have a kids zone for you to drop the kiddos off at. If they can't keep up and you want to get around, you want to get over to the Golden Bear and take a picture with the Golden Bear at 15, you want to bounce up and down, you want to check out the bear trap, leave the kids in the kids zone. Of course, the iconic bear trap, the tickets available for that one, it signifies one of the toughest stretches in golf, and it allows you to be up in the action where there's beer, wine, and non-alcoholic beverages included on 16 and 17. It's a great time. All kind of hospitality experiences available to you. The CIBC Champions Club is an air-conditioned venue with exterior seating as well, and it's inclusive on food and beverages. Good times, good vibes, great people. TheCognizantClassic.com. Get your tickets and see us this week through the weekend at The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. TheCognizantClassic.com to get your tickets. We broke a lot of news there on Friday with Todd Fleming, tournament director of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. That was a lot of motion. Now it's time for us to get on the move ourselves for a little get around. The Get Around takes us all across the globe to the hottest stories and topics in sports, so you don't have to do any web surfing. We handle that for you. And where's our first stop?
Chicago, Illinois.
Windy City.
We're not there for any Chicago sports team. We're there for the New York Knicks. The Knickerbockers beat the Bulls 105-99 yesterday, and Shaquille O'Neal spoke with Karl Anthony Towns after the game. Cat had 28 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals. He had a good game in the win over the Bulls. And here's what Shaquille O'Neal and Karl Anthony Towns' conversation sounded like on Inside the NBA.
Carl, Shaq here. You know us. We're from Jersey, so I always keep it real. At the beginning of the game, I said you were playing soft because I've seen you at times when you play great. And what you must understand in New York, you need to be great for you guys to win a championship. It's high aspirations. you know, if you guys win the championships, of course they're going to talk about Brunson, but it's you and your play. You have to be dominant. You responded very, very well. You played well. You played in the paint. That's how you should play. You should always play great. Being from Jersey, good ain't good enough. You had a great game tonight. I'm proud of you.
For sure. But what you said, too, is if we win a championship, they could talk about anybody as long as we all get a ring. That's the most important thing.
No, but
I don't care.
But
I don't care about none of that.
No, but you got to play great. 1-2 punch, and you part of that 1-2 punch.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Right.
But, you know, I want to make sure we all understand the biggest goal and the main goal here is to win. You know, it don't matter about who gets the credit or whatever.
It ain't
I just
about
want
credit.
to be
You
part
got to
of
play
a
great.
ring.
Nope, you got to play great to get the credit.
I hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Legend, I agree with you.
All right.
I agree with you.
You know I got you Jersey, baby.
Yeah.
Awkward, no?
Yes.
What did you make of that? It kind of feels like scar tissue with the Kobe and Shaq thing, where Shaq is trying to make sure the big man deserves the credit and goes out and take it. What am I getting there?
Shaq is always overly critical of current day big men. He's always overly critical. He did this with Rudy Gobert. He did this at times with Draymond Green because he was, quote unquote, somewhat of a big man. He did it with Dwight Howard. He's always at war with bigs because he's competitive as hell and he can't play anymore. So he takes his anger out via the TV screen with bigs. I think also, to be honest with you though, the whole Shaq thing and his disposition towards modern day big men feels kind of like, I don't want to say hurt people, but I'm sure that was the kind of tough love he got from others, and it might have motivated him. It might have kept him inspired, because it does feel like he does this stuff out of good faith. Like he means well, he just doesn't know any better. He wants to be communicating to them that, hey, that was good. You need to be better. Because think about it. Karl-Anthony Towns, everybody criticizes Cat. Everybody's on his tail about being soft, not getting enough rebounds, staying out there on the three-point line too much, not being competitive enough. Everybody talks bad about Cat. Shaq was trying to do it endearingly. He just don't know how, I think. Right? Like, that's how I take it.
Yeah, maybe he was well-intentioned there.
Yes.
But, like, I'm kind of going back to the NBA versus hockey comparison, which is oftentimes used to damage the NBA. But how, like, as if Brunson getting more credit than Cat in a hypothetical championship matters to Cat. Like, we should be doing that.
That was Cat bringing that up. Shaq was just saying, I need you to dominate. I need you to play better. I need you to be more present. People need to feel you. Shaq wasn't necessarily saying you need to be getting more credit. Shaq was saying Brunson can't do it by himself. You need to be the 1-2, the 2 to his 1 in that punch, and you need to be more dominant. And Cat was. He was solid. He had 28 points and 11 boards. But let's not forget 2 games ago against the Pistons when he was an absolute a turnstile on defense, and he wasn't that apparent on offense. 21 points, 11 boards, but 7 for 14 from the floor against the Pistons when both of their bigs were out. The Pistons were without Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren. That's an opportunity for Karl-Anthony Towns to dominate. Not only do you get beat by 15, you didn't show up in a big way. So Cat's always going to have criticism around him. It's just awkward when you try to criticize somebody on a public stage and you're not as masterful of a communicator as Shaq is. I think he meant well, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. I would hope he's not that dumb to be still attacking big men, viciously for no reason. Like, what he did with Dwight Howard was weird and it was bad. What he's trying to do with Cat here is good. I just think that he could maybe sharpen the tools a little better.
I feel like the inside the NBA guys take pride in not BSing, in being the critical voice of the NBA. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, especially now that they're with ESPN, they need to overcompensate for their criticism of the product.
Right.
And I think that was an example of that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was poorly executed. It was well-intentioned. And that's what you get when you put a microphone in front of Shaq and you say go. Sometimes that happens.
We're going to Anaheim or Los Angeles, wherever the Angels claim they're from, if not both, because the owner of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Artie Moreno, was talking to the media. State of the Angels. Yawn, who cares? Except he said this one thing. We know the Angels haven't been very good. We know Mike Trout has really only played in one postseason series in his career, and Mike Trout has that big contract with the Angels. Moreno said, quote, The number one thing fans want is affordability. Apparently, Angels are citing information that they accumulated through surveys. Moreno continued, the owner of the Angels, they want affordability, they want safety, they want a good experience when they come into the ballpark. Believe it or not, Moreno added, winning is not even in their top 5 when it comes to their franchise. He said that. Moreno continued to say the moms want to be able to afford to bring the kids. Mom make about 80% of the decisions, and they want to be able to bring their kids and be affordable, and safety, and have a good experience so they can get all the entertainment stuff or whatever. So the owner of a professional baseball team, the LA Angels of Anaheim, says winning is not in the top 5 of a fan's wants when it comes to their franchise.
Well, it makes sense then, at least. Like, I actually can't knock him for saying that, because if it was in the top 5 of their priorities, they would be failing every year. This feels like, to me, more of a guy who is resetting his goals and expectations because he knows he can't handle it. He can't do it. Like, if I set my goal to lose 10 pounds in 1 month and I realize I'm only on pace for 3, change the goal, I feel better about myself.
Right, but if your goal is to lower ticket prices for the 2026 season and you do that, wait a second. Nice.
The best way to lower ticket prices is to lose baseball games. Lowers the demand. So he's actually winning. He's winning the time and time again. It is still going to be crazy to me, and this is why I do not get baseball, that you look at a team, and since 2010, this is a franchise that has only made the playoffs once, and they were swept by the Royals. And they've had both Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout on those teams. And for a long period of time, both of them together.
Yeah, and
That's
both
ridiculous.
were considered the greatest baseball player on planet Earth for more than one season.
What are we talking about? They both won MVPs while not making the playoffs with your organization. That is a joke. Do Angels fans get a pass to leave?
Oh, I think so.
Is this the final straw?
I think so. Being told that their opinion, like, I'm telling you, Theo Dorsey, that you don't care about winning, so I'm not going to try to win for you.
He might be right. If I'm an Angels fan, there's no way I care about winning. They haven't had a winning season since 2014 or 2015.
Wow.
So if you are an
really
Angels,
been that long, I didn't think it was that long ago.
I'm looking at it. They were 72 and 90, 63 and 99, 73 and 89, 73, 77, 26. That was the COVID year. They got close.
And that's sharing a division, comparing yourself to the Houston Astros.
Oh,
that's a big problem with it, too, being in the AL West, where they have nothing but success, seemingly, for the past 2 decades.
Well, it helps when you're in the division with the Angels. It's kind of like that Patriots run when they were like, they're always winning the AFC East. It's like, well, yeah, they get to play the Dolphins and the Jets twice a year.
And then it's everyone in the AL Central where you get to play the White Sox 20 times a year, where your records are a lot better than they would have been otherwise. You're playing teams outside of that division.
That'd be fun. That's got to be fun, knowing you got a little punching bag in your division just to take care of. The Chiefs kind of have that with the Raiders, but they always play feisty. They're competitive. They leave a sore, but still, it's fun. Those are fun games. Watch it with a smile on my face.
And our final stop of the get-around on this Monday, we're going to go to the golf course. We're getting ready for the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches coming up right here in Palm Beach County, with tournament day starting on Thursday. The last stop of the PGA Tour before this Florida swing gets underway was the West Coast swing, Riviera Country Club. Rory McIlroy was in the final grouping. He had a chance to erase a 6-stroke lead that Jacob Bridgman had, a Clemson alum. He ended up being the first-time winner in his illustrious career. Not illustrious. But Rory simply wasn't making any putts, except on 18, where he rolled in a 25-footer. So that was when Rory was out of contention. He had no mathematical possibility of winning the tournament on the 18th green. So a reporter asked this question to Rory, and here's how he responded.
Was it almost cruel to
Flags.
So Rory's saying that the, poetic justice of hitting a punt when it really doesn't matter that much at least in terms of winning the tournament. Didn't hurt that much because he earned $450 grand by being tied for second and hitting that putt.
Yes. What are we talking about?
Do you think golf fans take more stock in players winning tournaments more than players do?
Yeah. Because when you lose in golf, you still win. It's not like the NFL. It's not like the NBA. It's not like Major League Baseball.
Where it's binary. You win or you're lost.
Yeah. In golf, you place. And you get earnings for placing. So, yeah, no, it is much easier to deal with defeat when it comes with a nice big bag. Like, who's crying? He's not losing any sleep over that. Right? Like, am I off base here?
I feel you. I think certain golfers do have a different barometer of success where I don't know how much $400 grand means to Rory McIlroy right now.
Still easy to landing. I don't care how much money you have.
You're also trying to win at Riviera, and that's like Tiger's tournament. That's known as, it didn't play like it this weekend, but known as the greatest stop of a non-major each and every PGA Tour season. And like having Tiger shake your hand on the 18th green, like it means a lot in that aspect where you're chasing history and accomplishments more so than the paycheck.
But you own a league with Tiger. So he's going to have to, shaking his hand at this point. It's kind of like par for course. No pun intended.
You're going to see that when the Ball Frogs take on the Lynx the next time at the SoFi Center?
Yeah. Like he's like, I'm not, Tiger at this point to Rory, Tiger is like, his business partner.
It is going to be interesting to see the next couple of majors for Rory now that he checked off the box. Like you consider last major season as a complete and total success since he did win the Masters and complete the Rory Grand Slam of winning every major. Now, what is the motivation? It's tough to call one tournament a year the motivation for Rory, but it wasn't just winning the Masters. It was just breaking the major drought that he had for a decade long. That was nearly as long as Tiger Woods' major drought when he miraculously won in 2019. So what will be the motivation for Rory going forward? What is he chasing now?
I mean, at this point, you're chasing your standing in when it comes to all-time golfers.
Or is it trying to rustle back world number one from Scotty?
That's what I was about to say, too. Have we had, and I'm saying this ignorantly, and you likely know, and I wouldn't, have we had a great Rory versus Scheffler, weekend?
Mano?
Like just a late, at an event that matters, not at, just at an event where all eyes are on this and it's Rory versus Scheffler. I can't think of one, but again, I'm not as locked in on this.
They've kind of had off weeks offsetting one another.
Yeah.
So it really has not been a head-to-head final pairing.
That'll be fun.
Tied going into Sunday.
That'll be fun.
We would like to see that.
That will be a great pairing and a great I would be locked in on that as well. So maybe that's what he's chasing, like you said, chasing back the number one spot from Scotty Scheffler or chasing just some more of those highs, because at this point you're building your legacy. You're giving us what we're going to remember you by heretofore.
Yes, Rory played weird over the weekend, just a ho-hum, tied for second at the very end of the day, and he was like hitting weird things off the tee, didn't birdie many holes, only the par fives. But if Rory can actually challenge Scotty Scheffler for world number one, which there was a lot of work to be done. This won't be done in one successful season on tour or in the majors. That'll be massive because Rory's still at the tail end of his prime, but a prime nonetheless. And Scotty just cannot perform on Thursdays. This is 3 times before the Players' Championship that we're seeing Scotty Scheffler just play bad. Like, I'm not even saying bad for Scotty Scheffler's sake. I'm talking about bad golf on his first round of the weekend.
Tough.
Where he had to fight to make the cut, where seemingly everyone made the cut at Riviera this weekend. And Scotty, that's what's holding him back. Scotty, if the tournament began on Friday, Scotty won the tournament.
Hey.
Like Jacob Bridgman was not better than Scotty from holes 19 to 72. But PGA Tour events are 4 rounds long.
Yeah.
And Scotty just can't get it figured out on Thursday. It's very weird to where there is an opening for Rory McIlroy to seize that opportunity where Scotty is more vulnerable now than he was all of last major season.
That is the fact that the door is even open after the dominant run that we talked about Scheffler has had and has been on is very telling. And again, we're going to find out, especially through the Florida swing, through the rest of this PGA Tour season. We're going to find out who does jump up and try and challenge the throne there. You, C-Katt, have been, swinging the sticks with the best of them at Kaiser, getting your game right. I was just in New Orleans with my cousin, and he, too, right around the same time, over the past 2 years, he started taking golf very seriously, so much so that he told me he's moving to a golf community now.
Okay.
He's buying a home in a golf community. He is now full-blooded golf guy. But C-Katt, so my cousin Nick, he's full-blooded golf guy. He's actually going to be out here next weekend. We're going to play, and we're going to check out the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. C-Katt, you're a big golf guy, too.
Yeah, man.
You golf more than you sleep.
It all starts at the Kaiser Golf Center. KaiserGolfCenter.com. That's where I get my lessons done. That's where I work on my game, because every effort I put into golf beforehand, it was just reinforcing bad habits. It was working up a sweat and then collapsing on the first tee box and then not keeping score on the back nine because I didn't like the way it looked. Once I started at Kaiser, I actually improved my game. I actually made incremental improvements on that game, putting the correct foundational pieces in place, putting what I needed to do in order to lower my handicap, in order to play competitive with my buddies on the weekends, to actually have a handicap score. KaiserGolfCenter.com. That's where you can schedule your lessons so that you're not wasting money on tee times where you almost don't want to finish. Trust me, man. I've been there. Trust me, I have been in the depths of despair of a golf game that feels like it's not going anywhere. I was there. I'm not there anymore. And I have Kaiser's Golf Coaching Center to credit for that. Coach Evan, Coach Pete, Coach Gabby, Coach Christian, whoever you work with at the Kaiser Golf Center right in West Palm Beach on the flagship campus of Kaiser University, whoever you work with, they've got your back. They'll give you your phone number. You'll reach out. I love sharing my accomplishments on the golf course with my coach, Pete. I eagled my first hole ever last Sunday. I could not wait to share him that video because what he taught me, it worked. Best facilities, best coaching, best everything in the area. KaiserGolfCenter.com. Start your lessons today. You'll be so glad you did. You'll be wishing you did it last year.
ESPN just did a projection of the Team USA 2028 basketball roster, what it would look like in a couple of years as we host the Summer Olympics. And let's just say, C-Katt, thank God we took hockey from Canada, because like the door is open for Scotty Scheffler, the door might be open when it comes to the hardwood and Team USA's dominance over that. We'll discuss that on the other side. I'll give you the names. You tell me what you think, because it doesn't look so promising. More theoretically speaking in the happy hour with C-Katt and Theo Dorsey on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Think your season's over? Let's turn your off-season back on. Hoops is heating up on Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal way to bet the NBA. So you can bet on teams, star players, and more. With games practically every day, there's always something to parlay. Roll with Hard Rock Bet all NBA season. New users get paid double winnings on your first 10 bets.
Max bet of $50 per bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Car buying just leveled up at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. We're now open at 7 a.m. Shop early, skip the crowds, and get on with your day. No pressure, no nonsense. Just real people who listen, including female sales professionals ready to help. And check this out. The invoice is on every new car. No games, no surprises. No time to stop by? We bring the test drive to you, home or office. Buy the right way at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach. Early, easy, exceptional.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 27 national championships, including their third championship in women's soccer. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship athletic programs at Kaiser University.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. I just realized I kind of broke man code with you there, C-Katt.
Oh, well.
I just realized I feel like I did something that was not in my rights to do. As we rejoin you here in the happy hour of Theoretically Speaking. And that was, I asked you if you ate today.
Yeah.
It's a little like, it just feels a little inappropriate for another man just to have to ask another man about his diet. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Mike Rizzo does that every single day.
What does he do?
Did you eat? Whenever you say you're not feeling well?
No, you don't do that. You don't do that to another man. You know, you let him.
Your mom can do that too.
Yeah, like a mom. You can do that to your wife. Like if you eat, if you drink water. You don't do that to another guy.
He does that to everybody in the office.
Right. So I apologize.
It's okay.
I feel like I overstepped a boundary.
Won't happen again.
It definitively will not happen again. As I said it and walked out of the cat cave there, though, there was like a pit in my stomach.
Whoa.
And I had to be open and honest that I feel bad for checking in on whether or not you did consume any food, but you haven't.
I haven't. I had one venti coffee where I added caramel and a cold foam. It's across the street, so it was nice and easy to pick up on the way in on my mad rush to the office today, and no food consumed at all. What did I have for dinner last night? I had a lot of movie theater popcorn, and
I had a late night po' boy.
Ooh,
wee. A late night po' boy.
I do criticize New Orleans for this point and this point only.
Yeah.
Just call it a sandwich. If you're going to have a po' boy that's not just shrimp, where you can do pork belly,
but
you can do other beef.
Sandwich, though.
A sandwich with what? What qualifies as a po' boy? Just the fact that it's in New Orleans?
It's the baguette style that they put it on. Like there's not any other sandwiches that come like that. It's the flaky baguette. I don't even know if it's actually a real baguette. I think it's a baguette, right? I think that's what you call that.
Maybe.
But I've only had po' boys on that style of baguette. It's like specific to the po' boy, and a lot of times there's like seafood on it.
They'll toss it on a French bread.
That's what it is. I think a French bread. I don't know. I don't know the names. When it comes to breads, I'm not as cultured. So whatever that bread is, it is specific. And you know what I hate? When I'm in other places outside of New Orleans and they say they have po' boys and it comes out on not po' boy bread. That will make me send it back to the kitchen as a person who's grown up on po' boys in and out of Noya. So last night I had like a late night po' boy. I had a shrimp one and a hot sausage one. Hot sausage, very underrated po' boy.
Double fisted po' boys?
Come on, dog.
What time of night was this?
It was like 12:30 or so.
Dude, what time was your flight?
Very, very early. I don't recall, like 7-something, 8.
Yeah, see, like when you Google search and Google spits out its AI nonsense at you.
Yeah.
Watched a movie about AI over the weekend, and now I'm firmly anti, by the way.
We are team. We have to have a war on AI here.
Dude, like we are in the dystopian world.
Yeah.
Like it's terrifying. Anyway, AI told me that a po' boy is defined by being served on authentic, whatever that means, crisp, crusted, fluffy centered New Orleans French bread.
There you go. That's it.
Traditionally stuffed with fried seafood or roast beef with gravy, which I think is just the broth. I hate how they use gravy for a bunch of different ways. Like they use it for, like in Chicago beef sandwiches, they call that gravy.
Yeah.
You'll call gravy like biscuits and gravy. Italians will call like tomato sauce gravy.
It ain't gravy if it ain't got no meat in it. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
You need to have some meat in there for it to be gravy.
Well, like the best po' boys I've ever had was like pork belly.
Okay.
That was delicious. And that's not fried seafood in any sense of the word, and it's not roast beef.
I don't like roast. I've never had a roast beef po' boy. If you're getting a po' boy in New Orleans and it doesn't have seafood in it, you're doing it wrong. If you're getting a po' boy and it's not on that New Orleans style French bread, they're doing it wrong. And if you haven't tried a hot sausage po' boy, I welcome you to check it out.
It's a sandwich. Like a hot sandwich, a hot sausage po' boy. Oh, that's essentially a
Delicious.
Chicago sausage sandwich.
No, it's sausage patties though. It's New Orleans style hot sausage though. It's not
sausage patty.
Have you ever had if you haven't had a New Orleans style hot sausage patty, it's absolutely delectable.
All right, so how different is it from a breakfast sausage patty or a Jamaican beef patty?
It's much different. They're round. They're about the size of think about like a sour cream dipping jar tray, big circular. It's like 6-inch diameter and reddish and spicy. And it's great. It's definitely different. It's different than anything I've had, any other sausage style. It's specific.
Okay.
New Orleans has a lot of that's the thing too, is like when you're out there and you're exploring and you're enjoying the different way in which they do foods, you'll realize that they have a specific traditional way of doing so many different dishes that you really can't. I think you can replicate outside of New Orleans, but people fail to do it so often.
I see.
And maybe I'm just a snob because, all my roots is New Orleans. Mom's side from the Manolia, pop's side from the Manolia. I go out there multiple times a year, and it's a great time, and it's the best food in America.
Okay, so the best food in America, New Orleans. The best basketball in the world.
Oh, that's up for grabs.
What? Not the United States of America? We just won gold 2 years ago.
We just won gold by the skin of our teeth 2 years ago with dudes who will not be suiting up in a Team USA jersey going forward. I will say LeBron James, Steph Curry, KD, you went out on a high note. You gave it your all. We're going to be replaying moments from that Olympics until the end of time, or at least until the end of my time. I'm going to be telling my kids about that game against Serbia. But as we wrap up a weekend in which America stole hockey from the Canadians, we are now the reigning champions for 30 years in the Stanley Cup Finals and also the reigning champions in the Olympics, at least for this year. There's an ESPN article by a guy named Zach Cram that is projecting the 2028 Team USA men's basketball roster. And C-Katt, the future is grim. It is not a bright future in Team USA if this is what we have to work with. I got to be honest.
Okay. These games are not going to be played in our area. The 5-on-5 Olympic basketball games in 2028 will be in front of the wall at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, where the Clippers play. That's where these games are going to take place. And you're telling me that this starting five, this depth, won't be the favorite in the Olympics?
I'll give you the names that they are projecting. And it doesn't give you a necessarily starting five, but it gives you 12 players they project to be on the team. Number one, they're already saying Cooper Flagg is going to be a part of it.
Okay.
Which I can agree with.
Earn your stripes, kid.
But he still does have to earn it. And he will be 21 at the time of the 2028 Olympics, which is absolutely crazy to think of. Yeah, he's got a long way ahead of him. He's 21 years old.
He'll be 21 in 2028?
Yes, that is a young dude.
Wait a second. I'm doing the math now.
I think he might have reclassified in high school or something. I think he did.
21 in 2028.
He was 18 as his rookie season.
He was born in 2007?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's going to be one of the best players on Team USA basketball. Con Knuppel from Duke. He's going to be 22 years old. He's out there with the Charlotte Hornets right now. He gets a lot of shots up. He's a really good shooter. Not sure if that's a guy you will want your starting lineup in the Olympics. Jalen Duren, big man for the Pistons. Okay. Amen Thompson, guard for the Rockets. Feisty.
Defense, yeah.
I love the Thompson twins. They only have a men, not Asar. Scotty Barnes, West Palm native.
That's awesome.
He makes the cut. 26 years old at the time of the 2028 Olympics. Not a very threatening first five.
What are these in order of? Because I'm kind of scared.
Not necessarily sure.
I'm hoping there's like some nuggets of gold
at
the
bottom
bottom of this list.
Maybe they're in order of youth. Okay. I think it's going in order of youth right now. So the sixth player listed is Cade Cunningham.
Nice.
He'll be 26 years old. And like I told y'all on Friday, Cade Cunningham is the future. I think he'll be the best player on this roster for Team USA. Then you got Anthony Edwards. That's my guy.
He's very good.
My favorite player to watch. Best personality in basketball right now. Both him and Cade will be 26 years old. And 26 is the prime It's like right when you're entering your prime of your basketball career. So that is going to be very promising. Chet Holmgren, he'll be 26.
I like Chet.
I like Chet too, but again, we're talking about like there's going to be the Wemby's going to be on the other side.
Okay,
and
we've got a Wemby
strikes fear
stopper
into the heart of Chet.
We've got the Wemby stopper.
No, Wemby doesn't stop Chet.
We'll find out
Chet doesn't stop Wemby.
In this year's Western Conference Finals.
We will.
We'll have Chet versus Wemby, and you'll see Team Chet rule the day.
It seems that Chet inspires Wemby to absolutely dominate, which is counterproductive. Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams will be 27. Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The good one, right?
That is always so disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
It is. I mean, he is the good one. I mean, he's the one that made Team USA basketball. It'd be weird if they took the other one.
Gotcha.
It'd be kind of like
Maybe just like a fax error.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like if you won Finals MVP and they took 3 players from your team and none of them were you.
That would never happen.
That would never happen, Jaylen Brown. Tyrese Halliburton.
All right.
That's
We've
not
got
bad.
killers on this team, dude. You are doom and gloom about United States men's basketball.
Who are the killers you're seeing? You can see Halliburton, Edwards, Cunningham, and Holmgren?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this one I do like. Number 11, Bam Adebayo. He'll be 30.
Nice.
I like Bam.
Where's Bam from?
Bam is from High Point, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Grew up in High Point, North Carolina. Yep. I know that because I used to cover sports out there.
I got you. Like High Point University. Is that where that is?
High Point University. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So the furniture capital of the world, High Point, North Carolina. And then random facts.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're a sports anchor or news anchor in a town. You learn a lot of random facts that stick with you for the rest of your life. And then you got Jason Tatum, who'll be 30.
Nice.
So
reliable, selfless, puts the team above thyself. Championship winner, Jason Tatum.
Out of these 12 players I've listed, 0 MVPs. 0 MVPs. Only one of them has won a championship, and that is Jason Tatum, like you said. Chet Holmgren. I forget about that. And Jalen Williams. Okay, 3 championships.
Kidding me?
3 championship winning players on this team, and maybe by then Bam Adebayo will have one as well.
Yeah.
But again, here's what I'm saying. I make this list not to be critical of what Team USA basketball has to offer. I make it to say, again, like the door is open for Scottie Scheffler, for somebody to, crack it open and beat him. Like the door was open for the world with hockey for Team USA to win it back this weekend. The door is open for the rest of the world when it comes to basketball because the best players on the planet are suiting up for other teams. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is with Team Canada. Victor Wembanyama is with Team France. Giannis Antetokounmpo we shouldn't have to worry about. But we saw what Nikola Jokic did with Team Serbia.
But that's the thing, though. Like this world versus U.S., there's a reason why it's world versus U.S. It's because it's spread out. If it was, wait a second, basketball in France and France alone is rivaling the United States of America.
It actually kind of is, though. They have a lot. They've had a lot of top picks over the last few years.
Who would their starting 5 be? It'd be like Wemby and who was the guy in the Spurs that's retired since then?
Tony Parker.
Yeah, he's French, isn't he?
Dig him back up.
Right. Like we saw a professional women's golfer take off the retirement cape and play in women's TGL coming up soon.
They've got Rudy Gobert.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna be the second best player on your team, and the United States has 5 players that are better than Rudy.
I got to go back and look. They got some guys over there, but they got Wembanyama. That's the thing. They got Zachary Risache.
So unless we go into an Olympics where it's Ryder Cup style, where it's Europe versus USA, then I'd start sweating bullets. But it's USA versus individual countries. I'm not worried.
And we'll be at the crib. So we are going to find out. We are going to find out whether or not we have it. But it's going to take a couple of years out in L.A. That is C-Katt. I'm Theo Dorsey, but theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 27 national championships, including their third championship in women's soccer. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship athletic programs at Kaiser University.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
You've seen the PGA Tour's best on the course, but in the arena, it's prime time. Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with big moments, big personalities, non-stop action on the big screen, shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, and overtime. Tickets are on sale now, but availability is limited. Visit TGLGolf.com to get your tickets while they last. TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We're finding out tidbits out of the NFL as the Combine is getting underway. Apparently, the Dallas Cowboys reportedly will franchise George Pickens. That an interesting nugget. And there's a lot of teams trying to figure out what the moving and shake is going to be. The Falcons expected to place a franchise tag on tight end Kyle Pitts. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Not so interesting for us to actually talk about it. More so just for me to drop those nuggets on you as we come back in here into the happy hour. C-Katt's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. And on this Motion Monday, we welcome in Tina Costanza. What's happening?
Hi. It feels like it's been so long.
It has been.
It has been. No.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been a week.
It has been a week. It has been, but it's, you know what? It's been a vibe. We've all had busy weekends. All of us, C-Katt and I out there, Willing and Dylan traveling. You doing solo dates and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's been a vibe. Fun. It's been a vibe.
What's that mean? Solo dates?
Tina?
What's that mean?
That means like you explain it, Tina. You did it.
I got out of my comfort zone this weekend. I had been traveling for 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm doing nothing this weekend. That was my plans. And I decided I did a solo. I went by myself to the beach on Saturday, nice. And then I had no Saturday night plans. And for the past maybe like 3 weeks, multiple people just kept telling me that going to the movies by yourself is so great. So I had no plans Saturday night, and I decided I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to go to the movies by myself.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. I have a question about that. Specifically that. Did they tell you going to the movies by yourself is great after you requested them to go with you?
No, I didn't ask them
Okay. I was just making sure. I was about to say, it's such a jerk move.
No.
Like, I thought it was one of those things where I was like, hey, C-Katt, you want to go to the movies?
Like, no, but you should really go alone.
That's great.
No.
It works great.
Well, I don't watch movies.
Yes.
If you know me, you know I don't really watch movies.
Yes.
And so I, again, was doing nothing on Saturday night and just decided, why not go to the movies by myself?
What'd you watch?
I went and saw Solo Mio. It's with Kevin James.
Okay.
He gets left at the altar in Rome.
Oh, I saw that.
And
I saw the preview.
And he ends up still going on his honeymoon, and it was super cute.
Whoa, so you went on a solo date about a solo date?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Did you not, like, connect that until then?
I did in the movie, but, like, I didn't actually know much about the movie.
Yeah.
I just looked at, like, times and things that didn't look scary, and that movie looked, I like Kevin James.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to go with this.
Was it actually good? You liked it?
It kind of made me sad in the beginning.
Wow.
And then it got really good.
Did he get left actually at the altar? Like, was she there in the dress and left him, or did she just not show up?
No, so...
Or is it,
all right,
you don't want to spoil it?
If I want to watch the movie?
Well, man, this is not going to ruin the movie. We know the whole movie's premise that he gets left. I just want to know if she showed up in the dress.
When does this happen?
The music started going, and then she was not there.
Okay. All right, that's all I want to know.
She did not walk down the aisle.
Got a cocktail.
And then she left a note in the ring.
Oh, my. See, why are we getting the details out?
That's not that many details.
That's not many details.
You got to leave a note.
It surprised me because a reason why I don't like to watch movies is a lot are very predictable.
Yeah.
And this one actually had a little twist that I was like, oh.
Nice.
Tell us the twist.
See, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah. What's your cocktail of the day? Speaking of a twist, maybe you have to twist a lime in this cocktail or something.
Today's cocktail of the day is called Free to Roam.
Okay.
And you've got bourbon whiskey, espresso coffee liqueur, amaretto liqueur, cold brew coffee, extra virgin olive oil, and then to garnish, you have a lemon zest. I just did a Rome cocktail, and this one came up and
What's
looked.
the olive oil
Yeah,
doing?
olive oil
I don't know.
scares
It's
me.
something with the olive oil that, I don't know, makes
Holds
it
it
like
together?
more Rome.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. Yeah, that's what they actually like drink olive oil out there. Yeah. Did they have you? Did you try any when you went?
I like just dipped bread and ate it that way.
It is a big delicacy for them. They're like, this is our olive oil. Taste it.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll be like, olive oil change. Oil change. St. Lucie Battery and Tire. That's what it made me think of.
Wow.
Oh, St. Lucie Battery and Tire. I got to the beach and to the movies all safe because I was in Sally the Sonata. I've got tires there. I've got batteries there. I've got maintenance done there. I trust the experts at St. Lucie Battery and Tire. You've got locations in the Treasure Coast. You've got locations in Palm Beach County. Whatever works best for you, go to slbt.com to see the services that they have and find the closest location to you.
C-Katt, I just saw this other headline out of the NFL. This from Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, I know my time is coming, and when we get it done, it's going to be a great deal. God's timing is perfect timing, so whenever it may come, we'll be ready for it. I believe I deserve to be the highest paid in my position.
So it begins.
And so it begins. Jackson, this is what Pat Riley called the disease of me. Now, I'm not criticizing him for going and get his money. Go get your money, brother. What I am saying is that statement is exactly why Sam Darnold cannot be a guy that breaks the bank for you, because JSN going to want to get paid. Devin Witherspoon's going to want to get paid. There's going to be what's my guy's name? The Nick Imawari eventually is going to want to get paid. Ken Walker's a free agent, and he already talked about, negotiating with the GM at the parade. You can't pay all of them brothers that actually make the plays and then also try to make way for Sam Darnold. He gonna have to find a way to cut a deal to the Seahawks, give him a hometown discount. But JSN said it ain't happening.
Takes 1 year.
Yeah,
1 year to say, you know what? All right, he's on his rookie deal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coming off his rookie deal, his first extension, and he's gonna demand about $36 million, I think.
Which his quarterback's making what, 35?
He's going to be paid higher than Sam Darnold most likely next year.
But Sam Darnold will probably renegotiate his contract.
They're going to be like, Sam, ain't nothing left. everybody won't, ain't nothing left, Sammy. Theoretically speaking, the happy hour on ESPN 106.3.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOOD25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Experience the world's premier equestrian event right here in Wellington, Florida. The Winter Equestrian Festival brings together Olympic and world champion riders and horses from all around the globe for 13 weeks of elite international competition and unforgettable moments. Don't miss the iconic Saturday Night Lights, high-energy show jumping, incredible atmosphere, and excitement under the lights. Now through March at Wellington International. Visit Wellington International.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Any solo workouts this weekend, Tina?
I did a few solo workouts. That was one thing. 2 weeks of travel, I was not on my routine of going to F45, and it was driving me absolutely insane. I went Saturday. I went Sunday with one of our teammates. I went today and plan to go the rest of this week. F45, 45-minute workouts. You're in, you're out. You'll break a sweat. You want to do a strength day, maybe a cardio day, maybe a little bit of both. You have options. F45 Palm Beach Gardens. See the specials that they've got going on their Instagram page, or go to F45training.com to find a location near you.
C-Katt, you had an interesting conversation with somebody, you said from your college, from Penn State?
So someone I grew up with. We're going way back to high school. And he and his wife wonderfully welcomed their first ever child into this world over the weekend. And baby's doing fine, healthy as can be.
Nice.
Happy for them. Then I saw how they named the baby. And the thing is, I knew this kid since high school. So I know a lot about this guy. They named the child after his childhood dog. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Now, do you know for sure that he named the child after his childhood dog, or did they just get the same name?
Does she know that that was his childhood dog's name?
Yes.
Oh. I'm guessing his childhood dog is no longer with us.
Correct.
Okay.
They got the same dog like 3 weeks later and just had a different name for it. It was kind of weird. Same breed.
I don't
same
like
size.
it. I don't like it. I will tell you this. If I'm that kid and I grow to learn the story of how they replaced the dog so quickly after they lost him, Wouldn't make me feel very secure.
You're saying
I feel like JJ McCarthy. I feel like really Sam Darnold.
So can you name your firstborn child after a previous pet?
No.
I guess is the onus of the
no.
Absolutely you don't even finish. No.
And I've screwed myself over because I've used my favorite names for prospective children on my dogs so far. I have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
They're named Charlie and they're named Hunter. And I love both those names so much.
Good names.
And I can't use them for my children in the future anymore. And I learned the lesson once with Hunter, and I made the same mistake again with the name Charlie. So I might actually end up doing this, not naming it after, but because I like those names that much.
That's what he might be doing. That's what he did, though, right?
Yeah, but there's so many names out there. I don't expect everyone to have my same problem with getting hyper-fixated on one certain name.
Yeah.
Go to the second option. Still a great name, right?
Would you go Charlie for a girl or a boy?
Yes.
You could, yeah.
I like that.
That's cute.
I like that. Can't do that with Hunter.
No.
No, you can't.
Yeah, wouldn't really necessarily make sense. I can't do that. That red flag, I would definitely be concerned with that. And maybe that's one of the questions they need to ask you at the hospital when you're trying to name your kid.
Has
your pet been
They can look at vet records, right?
Yeah.
They can look at you and your bloodline.
Yeah.
Find out when you've been billed. Because they have pet names in those official files.
That is the tough thing about naming a kid, though. You're like, you don't want to name it after a past pet. You also don't want to name it after somebody that you know.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's not about you. I just like the name.
And you know a lot of people. Exactly.
You know a lot of people. I know so many names.
That's true. Where you will look like you named it after that random science partner.
And people are so annoying, they're going to feel that actually had an influence. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.